Hey there, Anna. Ryan here, giving you my response to your presentation. I definitely loved and related to a lot of it, specifically where you want to go with your major in becoming kind of an advocate and advisor for students, kind of help them decide where they want to go and what best suits them, their strengths, finding out their weaknesses, and how they can improve upon that. What has been the biggest obstacle that you've personally faced within your internship? Because growing up in the Central Valley of California, Western California, language has always been a huge barrier, preventing families, from getting more involved in the education process. Just because, a lot of these families are working farming families, and most of their time is spent, doing manual labor, and they don't really kind of trust any kind of any kind of official. Um, so yeah, what has been like your biggest obstacle in that regards? And did you ever consider doing like you know more traditional academic advising? Um, are you open to like any other fields? Or are you kind of like more like dead set locked in with it? And lastly, um, in regards to the importance of this class and doing advocacy work, you mentioned it's not always, protesting or, policy changing. Sometimes it's just, providing information. Something I think you would find interesting if you haven't already heard of it is the Breaking Down the Walls program, which essentially, if you've seen the movie Freedom Riders, the scene where Hilary Swank has the kids, step up to a line if a certain question applies to them. It's essentially a lot of those kind of like icebreaker games that allow vulnerability for students and get them to see, people for more than just the stereotype that they think they represent. I think it's definitely a program I wish I'd love to see in so many more schools, but unfortunately, it does cost to put those events on. So maybe that'll lead you somewhere interesting for your advocacy work. Maybe you find some kind of way to like implement that somewhere along the lines. Yeah, keep up the great work.